I will start by explaining the initial stage of our project configuration. The first step is setting up Node-RED on our system and opening the editor in the browser at localhost 1880. We then add an inject node which will act as the trigger for our weather data flow. This node is configured in two possible ways. Manual trigger, we can click it whenever we need updated data. Automatic schedule, for example, every 10 minutes that the weather data refreshes without manual action. The inject node sends a signal into the flow, starting the process of fetching data from the openweathermap API.
openweathermap node configuration API setup. After the inject node, I configured the openweathermap node, which is the core data acquisition point of our project. This node requires an API key generated from the openweathermap website. We enter our city name and country code or latitude or longitude into the node settings. The node is set to fetch current weather mode rather than forecast mode. When triggered by the inject node, it sends an HTTPS request to the openweathermap server and retrieves a JSON object containing details like temperature, humidity, wind speed, cloud percentage, sunrise and sunset time, and a weather description. This JSON is then passed to the next node for processing.
My side of configuration is data processing session. The raw JSON from the open weather map node contains many parameters, but we only need specific ones for a dashboard. I use the function node to extract the temperature, which is mentioned as temc, humidity, wind speed, and separate sunrise and sunset times from the JSON. As our dashboard contains specific data labeling like city, country. When we enter the country and city, it will display the temperature for the specific city. And I also created another function node to convert the Unix timestamp for the sunrise and sunset into the readable separate hour, minute, and second format. These nodes ensure the data is clean, properly labeled, and ready for the display on the dashboard. Once we submit, it will display the temperature of the specific city mentioned in the dashboard.
Finally, regarding the dashboard UI configuration and final display, I handled the visualization part of our project. Using the Node-RED dashboard nodes, I set up 3 gauge nodes, one for the temperature, one for the humidity, and another for the wind speed, each with a defined minimum and maximum range. I also added the text nodes to show weather descriptions, sunrise times, and sunset times in plain text format. All the dashboard elements were arranged into groups and tabs so that the interface is clean and user-friendly. Once the flow is deployed, the dashboard automatically updates every time new data comes from the inject node through the openweathermap API, giving the users a live and interactive weather display. Thank you.